Thank you, Mr. Deputy
Scott
President.
Farlow.
I rise tonight to speak about the New South Wales and Federal Government's commitment to jobs, growth and innovation on the New South Wales Central Coast, particularly in Gosford. And as honourable members, we're very happy to hear the New South Wales Government and the Federal Government have both committed to the Central Coast Medical School and Research Institute. The New South Wales Government, of course, made the announcement of committing $20 million to the project earlier last month, and earlier this month, the Federal Government came to the party as well, announcing $32.5 million to this game changer on the Central Coast. A game changer for the health and education sphere on the Central Coast. The Central Coast, of course, has particular emerging health challenges which need to be addressed in a meaningful way in order to ensure the health needs of the Central Coast are met for the long term. And consecutive Labor governments have failed to deliver on these needs, with their policies lacking in meaningful investment in healthcare and education that the Central Coast requires. The Central Coast, of course, its largest employment sector is in the health sphere. And the Central Coast Medical School and Research Institute, which will be within the Central Coast Health and Wellbeing Precinct, leveraging on the New South Wales Government's redevelopment of Gosford and Wyong Hospital, will bring over $200 million in direct economic benefits to the Central Coast and will create over 750 new jobs. And of course, how has this been made possible? Well, the New South Wales Government's redevelopment of Gosford Hospital is being delivered 4 months ahead of the projected schedule, which has produced a $20 million cost saving, which has been reinvested into the Central Coast Medical School and Research Institute. Thanks to the hard work of a great state member in Adam Crouch, the member for Terrigal, and the federal member Lucy Wicks, the member for Robertson. Just think about this for a moment, members. $20 million is being saved through the New South Wales Government, efficiently delivering a project 4 months ahead of schedule. Something we would never have heard of under Labor's reign in New South Wales. And this $20 million being redirected into the Central Coast Medical School and Research Centre will deliver a huge health and education infrastructure investment to the Central Coast. And the Turnbull government, which announced it with Education Minister Simon Birmingham and member for Robertson Lucy Wicks, that the Turnbull government will be committing to this project as well. And if I can pay particular credit to the member for Robertson, Lucy Wicks, who has been a champion in this project from the very beginning. And Lucy, it was very much Lucy's baby in terms of this idea. And Lucy has, of course, great dreams and aspirations for the people of the Central Coast, and particularly with a medical school and research institute, so that the best and the brightest on the Central Coast can be trained in the Central Coast as well, and there can be a world-class education system available so that people don't have to leave to come to Sydney or Newcastle. And of course, it is with the University of Newcastle's support that this project is up and running, who are also committing $20 million to the project. And this is going to be integrated with the redeveloped Gosford Hospital, and will be located in the Health and Wellbeing Precinct, bringing internationally commended University of Newcastle's medical training and research program to the Central Coast, ensuring that the residents of the Central Coast are receiving cutting-edge healthcare, and some very exciting projects and partnerships that the University of Newcastle already has with institutions such as Harvard and Oxford and New York University. And I'm glad that even the Greens are excited about this project. It of course will be somewhere that Mr. Jeremy Buckingham will be visiting frequently, I'm sure. And the Central Coast Medical School and Research Institute will educate and train doctors, nurses and allied health students who will then work in Gosford on the Central Coast, and will grow over 5 years to enrol 150 medical students through the utilisation of the existing government-funded medical places that the University of Newcastle holds. The Central Coast is undoubtedly a beautiful place to live. At just 1 hour drive north of Sydney, you have a distinct region known for its beautiful beaches and natural environment. Many people choose to live on the Central Coast for the lifestyle it offers, and now, thankfully, due to this, there'll be more people who can live and work on the Central Coast without having to travel to Sydney. And that's thanks to the advocacy of great state and federal members, particularly the member for Robertson, Lucy Wicks, and the member for Terrigal, Adam Crouch. And this is just part of the Baird government's investment into Gosford, Terrigal and the Central Coast. And we're committed to ensuring economic growth and educational opportunities on a localised level. When local communities thrive, national economies thrive also.